Well, I wasn't going to do any more filming today. I've filmed and edited and uploaded, ready for next week, 3 videos on both channels. But I thought to myself, well, I come out here and I wasn't expecting to do anything. Then I thought, well, you know what, I'm going to do a little bit of work on this buggy that broke today. So I thought I'd show you lot what I'm going to do to it. I've already explained it. You know, it's been going on and on. But as you can see, by getting the old mole grips on it, this is the one, this is the offending one. I can't remember which one was the better one or which one was the worst one before, but as you can see now, that is completely rubbish, no good at all whatsoever. So I'm going to undo that and take that off and have a look inside, but I'm going to grind it out. You'll see what I mean in a minute. This is exactly what it looks like. I've literally just taken it off. It's weird. You can see all the glue what's on there, but it obviously didn't really want to bond very well. You can see a load of metal shavings where it's gone round and shaved itself, you know, made it bigger. So I'm just going to grind out the flat spot, wherever a flat spot is. The flat spot's here somewhere. Oh, it's making more grips bigger. Oh, you can just see it on the side there. There's a flat spot. That bit there. That's what's meant to be the flat spot. But people don't seem to understand when I say it's rounded. It's meant to be completely flat, so that the little Allen, the grub screw, goes onto the flat bit, and then it won't turn because it's on the flat bit. Oh, there's one at the top here as well. Sorry, my mistake. That's where they both are. One here and one there. For both of those things. So that would go like that. And then the grub screws would go into the flat bit and grip on the flat bit. That's the design. It's a bad design, but that is the design. It wouldn't be too bad of a design if it was done properly, in my opinion. You know, if they manufactured it properly and the flat spot was flatter, the grub screws were bigger, and it was just a more heavier duty design, that would be okay. But they don't make the flat spot deep enough. Do you know what I mean? You can just about see that it's not even on the bit what's not worn, you see it's not very flat, is it? Well, it is flat, but there's not much of a difference. It needs to be flatter and wider, I think, in my opinion. So, you know, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make an indent in there so that the grub screw can go inside the dent, inside it, and then it shouldn't slip out either way. That's the plan, because it's already buggered. It's, you know, it's nothing I can do with that now. If I could, I'd drill a hole through it and put a pin through it, because that's the design that HPI truck has got. And every other HPI thing that I've ever owned and do own has pins through the axles. That is completely foolproof, and that works 100% perfectly. So that's what I would do if I had, but I don't have a pillar drill here, so I can't do that. So anyway, let's get grinding. Alright, I changed my own design a little bit. I had like a Dremel type of thing with a little disc on it that I would have been able to just get in there and just put out a little hole, if you will, in there for the grub screw to go in, but I couldn't find it anywhere. So I just had to go with my ordinary angle grinder, and which I was going to do anyway, but I wanted to add that little hole, but I can't add it, so I'm not going to bother. But as you can see, I've ground this so it's a bit squarer. Now, there shouldn't be any way now, well, there is a way, but it should be a lot more difficult for that grub screw that will come down on there like that, and if it was on here like it was before, it would just slip round. But it's on the flat now, it's on the square bit, so it shouldn't be able to do that. It'd be more difficult because, as well, don't forget, it's going to be enclosed in this, I don't know what they're called, hub thingy, hub square or whatever they called them. Nitro Tech called them a fancy name when I was like, shut up, it's a bit of aluminium, that's your bad design. Well, might not be your bad design, but you're selling it. Anyway, that's not the point. So, yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. That's what I've done even. So now, it's just, I put this on, it fits, still fits on. I've done them up and it seems to grip with my hand, and turning it, holding the shaft, holding the drive shaft with a pair of oil grips and turning it, it's tough. But so was it when I put the glue on. So the only real test will be taking it for another test drive. But you know, getting fed up with test driving it and then being disappointed all the way over it. Never mind, it's going to work. It'll work this time. I've always got hope, and I've always got positive vibes about it. I just wish I had the ways and means, equipment wise, to do a better job of it, but there we go. So that's what I've done, and so you've seen what I've done now. So if it does work, you know that what you've got to do, you know, like an easy fix. Because if you just go straight ahead and do it, it's only going to take you 5 minutes. Whereas like me, it's taken a year because I've been doing it in dribs and drabs, you know. But so that's what I've done. I'm going to put it all together and just see if that works. This is how it's going to be finally before I put the wheel back on. I've got to try and find a bloody washer. Don't know where that's gone. Anyway, I'm a lot more confident now, actually, than I was with the glue or anything like that, because I've actually, you can see how far in those grub screws have sunk in now, and they are tight. I mean, literally, like, I've done them so tight that when I was doing them up, my Allen key was bending, and they just will not go any tighter. I mean, obviously I could go and get a ratchet with an Allen key on it and do it too tight, because it's only aluminium that will strip that out. But I mean, trust me, they are both really tight in there now. So if that goes, there's nothing else I can do with this anymore. It's going to need a new axle, or whatever you want to call that, and it's going to need modifying in another way, because there's no other way that can work anymore if that doesn't work. But I hope it does, because I want to give it a good use. So that's it. You've seen what I've done. I'm going to put the wheel on now. Well, I'm going to try and find that bloody washer that I dropped down here somewhere, and then I'm going to put the wheel on and wrap this up.